Hey party people, how you doing? I want to show you a really cool thing that I learned of Jim Farhad. He's a great Elementor expert, and please see the description for a link back to his website for the original code, and I hope he appreciates me doing what I'm doing. So let's just have a look at this, okay? As I scroll down, we get a bit of a normal section. You know how to do this, and we got a button with text and a lady over there. Don't stop. Well, okay then, let's hover over it and look at that. She grows and moves to the right. The text don't stop disappears. We get some other text and a button. We have the word fight appear, and we have this like little bit of a conquest or a little bit of a struggle going on above, and this is all by just hovering. Look, move your mouse away, it goes back to normal, move your mouse back over it and it appears. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. And hey, by the way, I'm Imran Web Squadron. I hope you like, subscribe and follow, because we're here to help you get the best out of Elementor and WordPress to help you, your clients and your businesses. So don't forget, the description is in the link over there, so give your thanks to Jim Farhad and I give my salute to him as well. So what we're going to do is start off with one section and we're going to have one column in between. And we're going to make the layout of this be boxed of about 600. By the way, you can do whatever you want. You could have 3-4 extra columns. You can have it as full width, whatever layout you want to go. I'm just going with it boxed of 600. I'm going to say this has got no gap and the height is a minimum height, so I'm just going to set it to 0 for now. I'm going to add in some padding above and below. Everyone has their own preference on how they like to do this, but I like to go for minimum height of 0. In the style for the background, I'm going to add in an image. So we're going to pick our background and I'm going to go for this image here of this person flying through the air doing whatever he's doing. Probably, just hurting someone, probably. I hope not. I'm going to set this to be center. I'm going to make this a fixed, and the repeat will be no repeat, and the size will be a cover image. Now, I could, if I want, go into the advanced over here right now and set up some padding. So let's just go with, say, 450, and we'll go for about 150 at the bottom, and I will do some padding right now with a left and right of 15. I just like to get into that pattern and habit of doing that when it comes to looking at the responsive mode. So we have at the moment, we have this like little style going on here. Okay, cool. Now what we're going to do is add in a inner section into the column. And we're going to just get rid of this here and just have one inner section with one column inside. So I've got the navigator, and on the inner section, I'm just going to make this full width because it's all contained within that 600 pixel of the section. I'm going to say no gap, and I'm going to make the height of this just be minimum height as well. Okay, I'm now going to stylize this. I'm going to go to the style and I'm going to go to the background type, and I'm going to pick a dark black color, but I am going to now make it a little bit transparent. Like something like that. Not overly transparent, but just semi-transparent, okay? I'm going to go to advanced, and I'm now just going to do the padding of the column. So if I go to the column inside, I'm going to go over here, and I'm now just going to give this about, we'll say 25. I'll tell you what, for now we'll just do 25 all the way around. I could have done a linked. I should have just clicked that, by the way. That would have been quicker, but there you go. Right, I'm now going to add in some contents into there. We'll add in a header. It could, to be honest, be a text editor. You could have a header, text editor, and then a button, but we're just going to go with a header and button for now, okay? You go with what works for you. So I've just dropped in some text, and I've made it a white font and roboto condensed, and look, you can mess around with your styling and your font and everything like that. What I am going to do, though, for the header is I am going to add in a little bit of margin to the right-hand side, so it's not all the way up against the right, because what we are going to have is an image within there that's going to move out when you hover over the column. So over the right, I'm just going to put in about, I think it was 200 we'll go for. There you go. Behind the shadow lies the inner demon, awaiting all those that dare to answer back. Woo, spooky. And I'm now going to drop in a button as well. We'll just drop that in at the bottom. And I'm now just going to stylize this button. There we go. And we've called it Enter the Match at the moment. Okay, I'm just going to expand on the wording on here a little bit, just because it's a little bit tight at the moment. So we're just going to go over here to the styling for the heading. And we're just going to increase the line height to be about there. Obviously, you will put in the content that works for you. Now let's add in the person that we're going to see over here. So what I'll do is I'm just going to drop in a image. Doesn't matter where you drop it, to be honest. I'll just drop it below the button at the moment. and I'm going to add into this image a picture of, we'll go for this lady here, or the warrior as we'll call her. And I'm going to set it to be full. I'm just going to leave it as a center, and I'm going to set the style for this to be about 330 pixels, something like that. Now, one word of warning, do not set the max width. If you set the max width as well, when you hover over it, it will stay the same width. And what I want it to do is I want it to move and grow, okay? Very similar to what Jim Farhad did, where it just moved to the right and it grew, but we are going to maintain that just because it's a nice, really cool effect. So we're going to leave that as that is as well. Now at the moment, she's kind of below the button, and I want her to be beside it and to the right of it. You could start to mess around with your margins and start to, do negative margin and bring it up. But with a bit of CSS code that I've taken from Jim Farhad's site, the link is in the description, we are going to move this up, okay? So what we want to do is for the column, this is very important now, for the column, not on the image, all right? We're not going to add in the CSS onto the image, it's on the column. So for the column, make sure you've selected it, go to custom CSS, and in here we are going to paste in some code. First thing we're going to do is give the lady image a bit of a class. So I'm just going to call it ladypunch, okay? Ladypunch. If I now go to the column, I'm going to drop in a bit of code, okay? So here we go. It is a selector of the ladypunch, position absolute, bottom 0, and the left is 0%. Why do we put left 0%? That's quite important. We're saying here's the starting point. So if we were to now add in 40% or 50% later on in terms of movement, it will be 50% away from the starting point. Okay, so that's really important. If you leave the left 0% out, when it comes to moving on hovering, that won't work. So what we now have is this effect here. She is now in the middle of the screen as it is, and that's her positioning at the moment, and that looks okay at the moment, yeah? However, what you will notice is that when we hover over it, nothing happens because we haven't set that command yet, and also the text is present. We want the text to appear afterwards. Right, so now there's a bit more code we're going to add in. This extra bit of code here now, it's basically saying that when the movement on the hover, it's going to happen within 0.5 seconds. So there's a bit of a transition. If you set that to 0 seconds, it will just go duh, duh. There'll be a jump, which sometimes people don't like. We prefer the transition. 1 second might be a bit too slow. 0.5 seconds is pretty good. And what we're saying to it is on hover, select her hover, move to the left 45%. So watch what happens now. She moves to the left 45%. If we change this to be 4%, there'll be a tiny bit of movement. That's really not worth anything, is it? 45%, there we go. They're now moving off the screen a little bit like that. We're also going to add in a bit of code now to make it grow as well. And I hope you don't mind me doing this bit by bit, just so you understand what the code is doing. This is now saying ladypunch again, because that's the class name, 450 pixels. At the moment, this is 350. Was it 350? I think it was 300, in fact. When we now hover over it, and you'll see the effect over here, okay, it grows. It moves to the left, and it grows by 450 pixels. If we were to go with 400 pixels, it would only grow by 400. In fact, we could even do this as well. So if I change this to be 250, it will move, but it shrinks. So you can actually control the size, which is why you do not want to set the max width. You set the max width and it will not grow or shrink. Well, it will shrink, but it won't grow because the max is up to the limit. So watch out for that. Let's put it on 450 for now, okay? Now, what we also want is for the wording to appear after we've clicked on hover. So let's go and add in that bit of code. But before we do that, we have to give the wording and the button a class. Now, I'm just going to call this v-content for the heading. And for the button, I'm going to call that v-content as well. Why? Because that's what Jim had in his code. And I'm reusing his code and modifying it ever so slightly. So we're calling it v-content. Over here, we go back down over. Remember, this is all in the column. Everything is in the column, Advanced CSS. And if you haven't got Advanced CSS because you haven't got Elementor Pro, please go and get it. If you were going to do this in your free Elementor, you're going to have to make sure you name everything accordingly and stick it into your theme customizer, custom CSS bit. So you can still do it, but it's a lot easier with Elementor Pro. So when I drop this code in now, okay, this is now saying that v-content, which was the header and the button, okay, the opacity is 0. It is invisible! But when you hover over it, the opacity becomes 1. We go for invisible to visible. It's all part of physics in this world. Just let it happen and agree with it, okay? And it's a 0.5 second transition. So when I hover over this now, lady, whoa, let's just move it a bit there. Let's just go here. So when I hover over it now, she moves over to the left, or right even, sorry. She moves over to the right, and the wording appears with the button. Right, but we're going to go a step further. We're going to add in a bit more content. I am now going to add in another header. I'm just going to drop it in here. And I'm going to call this header, I'm going to say, no, not fight. I'm going to say don't stop, like that, okay? I'm going to put it in the center, and I'm going to make it a white color, and I'm going to make it a really big font. Okay, so there we go. I've put don't stop, big white font. It's Orbitron, big pixels, weight of whatever. Doesn't matter about that. What I now need to do is just modify where this currently sits in that window, because it's currently at the bottom. So what I've done is I've just messed around with the margins a little bit to get the don't stop to be kind of bang in the middle. When I hover over it, again, we get the movement, but now we have the text over the other text. So what I now need to do is reverse what we did before. So I'm now going to get this text to show opacity 1, but on hover, it becomes opacity 0. So we are going to give this a, I've already given it a class name of DS content, and I'm now going to reverse the code. So all I've done is rearrange the wording a little bit here. So if you remember the content with the wording and the button, it starts off with the opacity being 0, and on hover it goes to 1. But the DS though, I've put the word hover now 0, and it starts off as 1. So I've just rearranged it a little bit. You know, you would write it however best it suits you. But when you now move over it, the don't stop disappears, and we get back to what we were going for. By the way, the button is still a link clickable button. One thing I will mention though about the button is if you do want it to be clickable, make sure you put a Z index of 99, okay? Because if you don't do that, when you start to hover over it, it's a button, but you're not able to click it. So make sure you put a Z index of 99. Okay, cool. So that's currently doing what we want. But we are going to go further. We're going to add in a bit more content. So we're just going to go over now and add in another header. Okay, in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy of the don't stop, and I'm going to rename it to be fight. So I've dropped in another header. I've called it fight. There it is. Again, same font as what I had before, Orbitron, and the size and everything like that. And if you then look at the advanced tab for that, I've just messed around again with the margin and the padding to be a certain positioning on the page, okay? So I've done a negative for the bottom and the top just to position it over there. Because if it was a 0, it would be right down there. So I hope that makes sense. And play around with where you want its positioning to be. This is going to appear when you hover. So it won't be there initially. It will appear when you hover. Again, though, I've gone in and I've given this a class of fight. And I'm now going to reuse the code I had before and now just make sure it refers to fight. And there we go, we've added in the code. So look, for fight, it now says the opacity is 0. When you hover, selector hover, opacity 1. I'm just regurgitating the code from above. What I'm trying to show you is you can go a step further and you can reuse these however way you want. So if I now hover over it, the word fight appears. She moves over to the left, the words appear, and the don't stop disappears. But we're going to add in one more image. So let's just drop in a image over here. I'm now going to pick this image here. I've got quite a few good ones here, haven't I? And I'm now going to just basically mess around with this again. I'm just going to put the style of this. I'm going to set the standard size of this actually to be 100. Because what I want is for it to have a bit of a growing effect. So you're actually going to see it grow quite dramatically. Don't set the max width. I'm going to go over here, center, set it to full. Why do we go for full, even though we have got a smaller size? Resolution. You start to pick thumbnail or medium, you will get that resolution. So remember, always go for full. Right, we will now, yeah, what we will now do is position it to be kind of behind over here, because we want it to kind of whoosh up, okay? So I'm now going to give it a CSS class. I'm going to call it twofight. I'm not very creative with the names here, but you know, you'll understand what I mean. And the idea is now that when we hover over here, that image is basically going to be coming from behind, or in effect, it's not really behind because it's going to be opacity 0, and it will just grow up like that and shoot out at the top. So let's continue with the code here. So I've already pasted it in, and it's now referring to this bit over here. So wherever we have the word twofight, okay, it's almost like a copy of everything we had above for the lady. So what we have here is we're saying twofight, the opacity is 0. And then when you hover over it, the opacity becomes 1. It becomes visible. The second thing we have said it is an absolute, and the bottom is 0, but the top is 0%. So rather than left 0%, we've gone top 0%. So it now starts at the top, and it's 0%. What we've also done here is the transition is going to be 0.5 seconds as well. And we've then said that when you hover, if I put 115%, it will actually go down. Because margins, that's how it works. But if you put a negative margin, it goes up. So I've said negative 115%. And the hover size, it starts off at 100 pixels. It's now going to grow to 400 pixels. So now let's see what happens. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hide all of this code here. And I'm just going to, imagine now this is your page on the website, right? You're scrolling down, you get this fixed background, and you get don't stop, right? And you hover over it. And depending on at what point you hover, okay? By the way, it doesn't look so great because I'm using it on my big screen. So let me just quickly, my MacBook, sorry. Let me just change this to be, let's just go with 250 then. I've just very quickly modified it because of the size of my screen, and I want you to see this properly. So I've said now it only goes up by 75%, as you can see there, and the width grows from 100 to 250. Okay, so it's slightly modified than what I had earlier just because of the screen size. But if we just go now and look at this now, imagine you're on a website, you've got section, section, section. You scroll down, you get the nice scroll effects on the background. You get over here, and you now have this pop out here, and you still got some wording behind it, and you've got your button. Big thanks to Jim Farhad for helping show me this code. I've adapted it and just used it in a slightly different way. So we still get the movement to the right, but we also get items popping out as well. This entire code, I'm going to paste back into the description over here, or the comments, so you can see what I did. Go around and play with it. This is a really cool way to have fun with Elementor. Hey, I hope you like. I hope you subscribe, I hope you follow and share, and I shall see you soon!